Hello, welcome to the first episode of my channel, Nintendan. I'm Nintendan, and I will be discussing the top 10 games I want to see on the Wii U. Number 10, Arkham Knight. This first one bothers me a lot because with the launch of the Wii U, we were quickly given an amped up version of Arkham City. A game that most of us had already on other consoles, but hey, why not, right? The release of Arkham Knight unfortunately was rubbed in our face on the Wii U. We didn't get it. Why give us one story of the game, but not allow it to continue for us? It's painful. It hurts. Now I have to either buy a PS4 or an Xbox One, or play it on the painfully slow computer that I own that is just not fit for gaming. Please, Nintendo, just give us our Batman. Number 9, Pokemon Snap. I know this game has been discussed through various channels, but I'm one of the many that want this game on the console. But not a remake, a sequel. I would love to explore new areas and take pictures of new Pokemon. They could expand the game so much and have you go through the different regions even. That would be so cool, like go from Kanto to Hoenn to all over the place. Plus, the Wii U gamepad is the perfect marketing for it. Miss your shot of a Pokemon? Quickly turn around while your rover moves forward instead of painfully turning around and still missing your shot, like in the N64 version. We live in an age where the Oculus Rift is a thing. More interactive games are something people want, and the gamepad could expand on this virtual world around us. When they debuted the Wii U at E3, however many years ago, you were able to move around and look at your environment. I want to see Nintendo use that to their advantage. Number 8, another Final Fantasy game. We really haven't had a lot of those on Nintendo. I'm not counting Kingdom Hearts because that's pretty much a crossover between Disney and Final Fantasy. It's kind of a separate universe. One of my all-time favorite Final Fantasy games on Nintendo was Crystal Chronicles. It was a lot different, but when you have such a limited amount of Final Fantasy games to choose from on the Nintendo systems, you have to make the best of what you have. Sony and Microsoft both get them, so just make a deal that doesn't keep us separate from the rest of the group. Number 7, a mass platform game, an MMO. I know the internet is fairly new to Nintendo, but now that it finally knows how to use it, we should have a game that reaches the same amount of intensity as Halo and Destiny. Splatoon counts for the most part, I can say. It's a mass shooter, technically, that allows you to play with multiple people in a giant team. Nintendo is starting to allow more rated M games into their collection, and now we just have to get that game similar to Halo, Destiny, or hell, even Call of Duty to the system. Make use of the internet now that you have it, Nintendo. Please. It sucked on the Wii. Number 6. More huge hype Capcom games. Nintendo and Capcom have always had games together, but none of the super major ones. With Mega Man and now Ryu and Smash Bros., I think we can expect some of the bigger games coming to the Wii U. For instance, Street Fighter V. This would be awesome, because then once again we wouldn't have to buy another console to play it, and Nintendo could release its own arcade-style controllers, thus cashing in more. I ended up getting Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on the 360, and I can't anticipate another MVC game coming out anytime soon, but seeing the next game on a console like Nintendo, in addition to the others, would be absolutely spectacular. Tatsunoko vs. Capcom was okay. It sort of delivered what I was hoping for in characters, but it only got me more amped up for MVC 3 because I knew Frank West was going to be in it. Had Nintendo had a more friendly game controller for the franchise, probably the GameCube controller, and the push to have it, I would have bought it for the Wii. The online battling would have suffered immensely, but hey, it would have been something. Number 5, DS games. Not a Wii U version of the game, but some sort of attachment to play your DS games on the big screen. I don't know if anything like that exists, and I've never seen it if it does. I'd like this because it would make some things so much easier. I'd love to play Pokemon on my TV without having to hunch over with my face in the DS in order to play it. I haven't bought any form of 3DS XL or any sort of XL at all. And I know Smash Bros. Would suffer from that because, Smash Bros. You're supposed to buy it on the Wii versus have it on the 3DS on the big screen. But I'd like to still be able to play other DS games on my big screen. That's all I got for this one. Number 4, Five Nights at Freddy's, and various other Steam games. I know Steam is more oriented with the PC and Five Nights at Freddy's is on other platforms, but the possibilities for this game are amazing. I mean, the Wii U gamepad would work so well with the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. This is another game that would work well with the Oculus Rift, but the Wii U could use the tablet and security camera on the Wii U gamepad as well. The jump scares might be a little harder to work with because of the gamepad, but make it work. Number 3, more crossover games. What I mean by this is I don't want to see Link in a Mario game or anything, but for instance, Sonic and Mario in the Olympic Games had so much promise with the part of the title, Mario vs. Sonic, but the Olympic Games part killed it. Make a game that crosses them in a beneficial way where they work together somehow. I know we have Super Smash Bros., but that's not quite where I'm going with this thought. They had Legend of Zelda as a DLC level in a Sonic game. Why can't we have something similar to that, or just a better Mario and Sonic crossover game? I know Link is in Mario Kart, and that's really cool and all, but I'd like to see some sort of game where they work together and, more Sonic and Mario. Number 2, Silent Hills. PT was such a massively awesome game until it was pulled, and now with the continuation, there are rumors that it will only be available on the Xbox One. Nintendo could cash in and grab some of the rights to this game to then extend people's purchases for the Wii U solely for this game. Nintendo is a company that knows people will buy the console just for the game, so why not take advantage of that with other games, especially since Sony is rumored to no longer hold any rights to it. I don't want to, but I might buy an Xbox One just for that game. But if Nintendo gets some of the rights and, to have it on their console, I'd rather spend money to buy it on their system. This is another game that could really use the gamepad, and it's not like Nintendo is foreign to the horror genre. We have Fatal Frame coming out for this, which is both horror and interactive with the pad. Number 1, Doom 4. I know, this seems like a dumb one. Hear me out. I know Doom is specifically Microsoft, or at least has been. With Hyrule Warriors being a game that was made by Microsoft and Nintendo, I don't think we should rule out that some games couldn't work over to the same console. To expand on this, and I know I'm sort of sounding repetitive, I think Nintendo should open their arms to more games that share multiple platforms. All 3 had shared The Force Unleashed, at least one Arkham game, and even though Nintendo was late to the punch on it as well, Injustice. Some of these games I'm glad I had the other console for because I knew Nintendo wouldn't have it. Skyrim, for instance. Destiny. Nintendo, please just give us more to play and don't drop the ball on it like Injustice and Arkham. Don't get me wrong, I love that we have Legend of Zelda games, Mario games, Pokemon games, but I want to see more. I don't want to have a system that is so static on its own industry. Splatoon is like the most unique thing to come out in quite some time. The Wii U and Wii were both bombarded with games that I've never heard of, and that aren't unique enough to constitute as a new innovative game. Every console is guilty of that, but I feel especially for Nintendo. Here's another example. In Smash Bros., we have a bunch of new characters, but so many of them are from those same franchises. We have so many Mario characters. The most new ones are Ryu, Pac-Man, Mega Man, and arguably now Sonic. There's a push to try to get more votes up for the Splatoon Inklings, and I would be so freaking thrilled about that because it's a new character from a new game. I just want to see more games that, you can call Nintendo's. Just, expand more past what we have. Thank you guys for watching. If you like my content from the first episode, please comment, like, and subscribe. Until next time, Nintendan signing off.